Okay.
Bobby.
Noah.
Rachel.
Emily.
Ian.
Imagine that federally something is illegal for you to possess, but in your state it is legal, but in your workplace or the institution you go to college, it is also illegal. This is the exact situation a lot of college students across the nation and state are facing. Today I want to share the issues with the legalization of medical marijuana in states, but it's prohibited on college campuses, especially in those states that it is legalized in. I want to start off by sharing the effects, the way it affects students, and how to address these problems. The reason why there's much controversy between state drug laws and college drug laws. And then I want to present a situation from an Oklahoma University student and how she's dealing with it. And then I want to end with the solutions and how to solve this problem. A lot of students, their freshman year, are required to live on campus, and some of these students medicate using legal marijuana in their states. If they are caught on campus with marijuana by the police, they cannot get in trouble for it because the police abide by state laws. But they can get in trouble with their colleges for this. A lot of colleges don't have set rules to address medical marijuana on campus. Each of these cases are dealt with independently and separately. Debate will only continue to arise the more cases that come. Claire Sossin, a junior associate for the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws, says that a lot of campuses have drug laws. Some are extremely vague and some are very specific, especially including marijuana. A lot of penalties are worse than alcohol penalties on these campuses. Most students are left to interpret these laws on their own, and campuses have to deal with the repercussions that comes from it. The variation across the different states and the nation makes it very difficult to put a system in place. In 1996, California was the first state to allow medical marijuana. Since then, 33 states have made it legal. There's been a massive change since the 1970s when marijuana was first classified as a Schedule I drug. In 1989, the Drug-Free Schools and Communities Act was put in place. Colleges have been abiding by that since because they receive federal funding for their colleges. Schaus Law says that the Senate Bill 683 would allow medical marijuana to be considered a controlled substance. This would allow marijuana to be able on campuses for students to access them for medical use. The lack of attention to this subject provides a lot of safety concerns for students. Students often find help using medical marijuana but need a safe place to medicate. When they are forced to go off campus to do so, this happens to encourage driving high. Medical marijuana has only been legalized in Oklahoma for 6 months, but the news is flooded with DUIs because of the situation. Besides alcohol, marijuana is the most common substance found in the blood of drivers involved in vehicle crashes, says Hodge. Students need to be made aware of the dangers, and they need to be given opportunities to be able to medicate safely instead of being pushed off campus to do so. Students have to find ways to get around these drug laws, and it puts a lot of stress on the students. We hear every day about the positive benefits of marijuana, Congressman Stube says, whether it's young children with seizure disorders or veterans suffering from chronic pain. It is clear that there are medical benefits to marijuana. OU Film and Media Junior Studies Carly Christensen says she struggles to regularly and properly use her medication during the day because she has to go home every time she needs it. Christensen said she also uses medical marijuana for anxiety, sleep, and appetite stimulation. Oftentimes, medical marijuana users are stereotyped as lazy and unmotivated, but this oftentimes is due to a lack of regulation of the drug. There's no data to support any research or medical benefits of it. and oftentimes people end up abusing it. The federal government must be on board for any change to happen, especially in these gray areas that colleges and their students are facing. Medical marijuana is currently classified as a Schedule I drug. This is also in the same group as LSD. We also need the federal government's help for funding for research. We need in-depth research for its public health, safety. A lot of times people end up abusing the drug and ends up causing health issues for people. There's been a lot of research or a lot of stories in the news of people using cannabis vaporizers, and they have been fake ones, and they cause a lot of chronic lung diseases. And if the federal government gets on board, colleges can become centers of excellence in the cannabis research if they do research on marijuana. We also need laws to prevent the abuse of marijuana and regulate the dosage. The only way to curb this sort of thing from happening is to end marijuana prohibition at the federal level and allow weed to be taxed and regulated like tobacco and alcohol. It is conflicting state and federal laws that has allowed this black market to swell and the monster it has become, says Mike Adams, a contributor to Forbes Media. In conclusion, the drug laws won't change until the federal level changes them. Culture has changed so much, and a lot of culture has started to use medical marijuana. There's a lot of questions by students and other people in states when their laws differ from colleges and federal. A lot of cases are going to accumulate the longer this problem goes on, and colleges need a structured system to give the students the answers they need.